Summer is over. Now, what that means for a lot of people, school is back. Your summer vacation that you took from work, it's over. You're now having to deal with life again. And now, we're stuck back where we were a few months ago. But that's not what entirely means the end of summer. This summer marks the end of a transformation period for me. Not a transition period, you didn't hear that. Transformation. Now what that means is I attempted to change things about my life to make my life better and to enjoy myself, not anyone else, me. Now what that could mean for some people, oh, you just distance yourself away from people. No, not entirely. For the most part that's true, but not entirely. Another thing that can mean for most people, oh, so you just gave up on living and you just decided to be a slob and live for yourself. No, not at all. I've been working to keep myself this way. Now, in May, I was sad, I was depressed. May was a very weird year, and I wasn't depressed because I graduated. I was depressed because I liked women and they didn't like me back. That was a problem. But it's over now. We are in August. School starts for me. But that doesn't mark the end of my transformation, because the end of my transformation happened in August, mid-August. Now, the thing that came upon this was I was on Instagram and I saw a post from Questlove. He reposted this on a story, and it said, do these 9 things and you'll be completely unrecognizable by the end of 2023. So I looked at that and I was like, hey, this sounds like a fun little project. This sounds like something I could do. Now, I can't name all 9 of the things there were. I can name the stuff I did do. Start waking up early. That was 1. Read books. That was number 2. Number 3 was start meditating. I did that every here and there. Start working out. Got back into it. So June for me was like the beginning, right? That was when I saw the post. I was like, all right, I'm gonna switch a few things up. Let's get into it. I started working out. I checked my weight. I was at 160 at the beginning of summer. Wasn't flattering for somebody my size. Now me, I'm short. That's it. I'm not going to go into detail. I'm short. And so, for me being 160 at short, it's not a good look. You just come off as a little bit chubby, unathletic. Nobody will be interested in you. This is true. Dad bods aren't in. And this is factual. Now, I look at that and I was like, all right, time to switch it up. Let's change things up. We changed things up by a lot. June was filled with me on the computer working on driver's ed because I haven't gotten my license yet. And I worked on this TV show that I started writing in August of 2022, and I was like, man, this isn't finished. Let's go ahead and finish it. So that's what I did. I finished the show. It's done now. You can read it. Link will be in the description, I guess. I haven't said that in years. So June was all about working, getting the work in, doing the work, and completing the work. Now, June got me started. July was definitely the year that I saw things take place. Now, by July, I was already working out every single day. It wasn't even a contest. I was just doing it. I wake up, hit the gym. I wake up at 7:15 on the dot every day. I started reading. I read 2 books in July. I read Viola Davis's memoir, and I began reading Bryan Cranston's memoir at the end of July. Both very fantastic books, by the way. I started writing a little bit. I don't have any of the scraps that I kept. A lot of the dreams I had were very appropriate. A lot of my dreams before were very inappropriate, but thank God that's changed. The biggest thing of July was overcoming this fear I had. Now, this fear was loneliness. I was afraid of being alone, and by being alone, I don't mean like, oh, I'm afraid that I'll never have any friends. I'm going to have friends, people like me, but I was afraid of not having a girlfriend. Now, in July, that was kind of heightened. I was like, man, I'm doing so well for myself, I really want to share that with somebody else. But there were no candidates. I wasn't looking at anyone, and no one was looking at me, so it was like, okay. And I believe like the moment I became conscious that this was all working for me was in August. Now August was when I started to take things more seriously. I started singing more. I got more into barbershop music. I finished Bryan Cranston's novel. I went scouring to bookstores across the nation, bought a few more books. I'm still on the first one I bought, but it's a good read. I just haven't had the time to. I started to keep a journal of things that I do during the day, kind of like the journal in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. The one that like opens up like when you start playing the game. That journal, kind of, sort of. I started writing way more. That's it. I continued working out every day. Now I did slow down a little bit, but I can say that I am down to about 145 pounds. Now we're looking good. We're fit now. I just kind of took things that I enjoyed from the past and kind of just made that the now. I learned about myself, and and I think I'm more well equipped to handle this life as somebody that knows what they're going to be and knows what they're going to do. And I really have to give it to Questlove, my support group, and myself for just sticking to a certain program and a schedule and kind of getting myself to where I need to be. So, yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Hello everyone, we're out here in beautiful South Padre Island. If you're seeing this video, it's probably because it's in the middle of another video. Well, I want you to look over there for a second. You see how beautiful that is? So, I'm here in South Padre Island after a whole summer of figuring myself out and learning what I love to do. But you already heard the entire spiel, so here is a highlight reel of South Padre Island. Enjoy.
Going through the border patrol, right? Literally, he's like, "How y'all doing today?" And then he just turns and sees me, and like he says nothing else to y'all. He comes up to me, he goes, like he taps my camera, he goes, and then he walks away. That's it. And I'm like, what the fuck I do? I didn't even do nothing.
Then he goes to Shamar's side, pulls him out,
Yeah.
fucking like Hulk style slams him on the ground. Like we cannot have any black people crossing. That's too much.
Like, never...
For the video, we're going through Border Patrol right now.
Tell me why. Tell me why. He makes eye contact with me and he goes, "Can you roll that back window down?" I'm like, "Sir, what the fuck?" He saw me straight up. I think it's because I went like this. He was like, "Oh shit, oh shit."
It's a brown one.
Yeah. I said, I have my ID ready. I had that shit ready on standby. Here you go, officer. Fucking, oh, like that. What the fuck? That's hilarious. I'm like, bro, you're Mexican too. Come on now.
For real.
Get that motherfucker
Today is our final day here in South Padre Island. This trip has been filled with nothing but excitement, ups and downs, and stupid people. The fun part about this is that I was being one of those stupid people. So, here, let's take a little bit of a walk, shall we? So, while we were out here in South Padre, we learned a couple of things. We learned that all the bikes here suck. We learned that the beach is pretty neat. And we learned that the quickest way to die is by not watching the street signs and almost dying in one-way traffic. Another thing that we learned is that everybody here is kind of weird, especially the locals. So when you go into every gas station here, you'll always just find some random Indian dude, and he was always going to help you out and give you a nice deal on a bicycle. Shout out to the guy. If you want to rent a very crappy bicycle, you need to go to Mirage Paradise Fun Rentals. That's the place to be. And so as I look one last time at my humble abode, I like to remember the good times that we had and all of the fun that we have seen. Thank you to all my friends, and thank you to everyone who's helped conclude the final journey of my summer vacation. You all are real troopers. See you guys in the next one.